Yo, how's it going?
Yo, what's up, coach? How you doing? I'm doing good.
Oh, hang on 1 second. You're coming through my speaker.
Hey.
All right. Oh, you're also wrong microphone. Okay, that might sound better for you. All right. How are we
Yep,
sounding?
yep,
Everything
yep.
good? All right,
Sounds
cool.
good to me.
All right. So I was watching the VODs. So I think our attack game plan. I think that might be our best strat. So I can get like a total bit of information. Usually an hour is pretty rough to like kind of dive deep, but
Yeah.
um, we can get a good amount fixed. So offer me a little bit more explanation. So when you mean you're mainly struggling with neutral, like what I noticed some things, but I want to see if it matches up with what you think. So tell me what do you think you're struggling?
Okay, gotcha. So, first of all, I think like for my game plan, when I'm committing to something, I'm kind of going in to commit to it. I guess the best way to explain it is like when I play the game in neutral, is 80% anticipation and 20% reaction.
Right.
So, like, let's say when I walk up to somebody in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk up to this guy and I'm gonna throw this button to poke him. So if I already commit to that, if they whiff a button in front of my face, I'm not gonna whip punish. I'm just gonna still commit into just poking them instead.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm looking for like a whip punish, I can still do it fine. But that's the thing. Like if I'm committing to something, my reaction is gonna be deteriorating. If that makes sense, and I'm not sure how to fix that. That's one of the thing. And number two is a lot of time I play really aggressive, so I'm totally fine with burning myself out. I know it's a bad thing. I'm fine with burning myself out to get the pressure going if I can.
Right. Yeah.
And I think mostly that's about it. I think my anti-air is fine. Sometimes my anti-air is bad because I like to throw big button like standing medium kick or like standing heavy kick.
Hmm.
So if they jump those buttons, I don't have the time to anti-air, but that's about it.
Yeah. Those are some things that I noticed for sure. I think because you tend to do a lot of swapping around. At least from the vods I watched with your friends, you almost look. I don't know if that was like the first game you played Cammy, but like game one, I was like, okay, wait, there's a huge problem here. And then by game three, I was like, okay, I kind of see. I see it like instantly. Like I didn't know if you were playing a character before that or if that was like the first game of your day. Um, but yeah,
Mhm.
there was a huge difference between game one and game three that you were playing. So like I started aggressively typing notes, and then I watched game three, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, I'm gonna start backtracking a little bit. Because one big thing I had was anti-airs. Like game one, you did like zero anti-air. In game two,
Yeah,
you did
yeah.
like one or two. Like you did like two anti-airs, I think, the entire set. And then game three, that's when you really started to like kind of kick into gear. So
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. I think it's best, at least based on those VODs, if we do the attack plan. So I think one thing I'm noticing like immediately is you almost
Right.
seem uncomfortable on Cammy. I don't know if it's because you're swapping around and are forgetting your buttons and her playstyle. That's a big reason why I'm a big proprietor of like stick to one character and only one character, like especially until you hit 1700. Um,
I got you. The reason why I think it may look uncomfortable is whenever I play with my friend, I always try and practice the jab counter
yeah,
hit confirm,
right,
but
yeah.
he always throw the crouching medium kick, so he always outranged me. So that's why.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed too. Is I saw
Mhm.
you trying to go for bigger things, and then he would just kind of walk back a little bit and crouch medium kick, and your game plan was over.
Yeah.
What? Let me see real quick. Do you wanna? What's your name in game or your ID? I didn't write it down, so
You could. I got you. I'll type it in for you.
I'm
Daddy.
gonna copy and
Ooh.
paste it invite you to this custom room. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, great name by the way. I was riding my motorcycle to work today, and I saw an email pop up that Daddy Uwu asked for coaching, and I died
Yes,
laughing.
sir.
I'm
That's
not gonna
me.
lie. Yeah,
That's me.
it was pretty damn funny. I'll give you that one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Gooning. Yes, sir. Daddy Ubu, which gooning? All right. Okay, so it's first to five, right? You say?
So yeah, we're gonna do a first to five depending on how long it takes. And
Okay.
then I'm basically gonna use this as we'll do the first set, go out as you can, and then as we play the first to five, my goal is I'm gonna keep pushing your buttons a little bit and things that you're not comfortable with until you
Okay.
until you show some like some response to it. So that's
Okay.
gonna be the main set
Gotcha.
of this. So just play your best, and let's have fun.
Gotcha. I haven't played any game today, so I might be rusty in the first few games.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I got the
Yeah.
first five.
Yes, sir. Ah, I didn't hit the drive push.
Not much life left. The drive gauge difference could tip the scales. Creates an opening with the low burnout activates. Comes from behind to pivot.
Okay, nice.
Messed.
They took advantage of
I messed up a few things there, fuck.
on the board.
That's okay.
The win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Medium convinced. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Both of them were ready for a blow. There's a wall spot. They can't do anything now. Player one, hold it on to
This area is kind of fire.
Level 3 was not intended by me either, so it's okay. We're both screwed up.
Okay, okay,
That was
okay.
supposed to just be a DP.
breaks the block with a throw. Quick breather. Easily escapes that throw attempt.
Nice action.
Oh, I messed up. Fuck me.
Burnout triggered. Wraps it up with a decisive combo.
I'm late for that.
We're going into the final
That
round.
happens to the best of us.
Spider has it.
Yes, sir.
Right out the win. The throw missed. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Connects with the throw. Player two can't let this tip burns out. The drive impact doesn't work.
Boom.
Player two is in burnout state. Preparing for carry, all the throw connects. What now? Looking for a hole. A jump.
Oh, fuck.
Burn out, but they may have a plan. Both fighters' drive gauges slightly burned out, but the fire still impacts. Squash. Player one anticipated that throw.
Aye, that's a spinning knuckle. Oh no.
That's okay, it happens.
Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, he finds the target.
Nice.
Wheel to in. Over.
Alright,
Leave.
game 2, let's go.
Okay, okay.
Talk about a David and Goliath
Shrug it off. Beautiful shimmy.
Yes, sir. Nice.
Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Sticks the combo.
Oh no.
What a clutch side piece there. Now they need to capitalize again.
It's good cannon strike.
Picks up the first round.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Very easy to cancel the file. Early round decisions are so burnout triggered.
I didn't believe.
Alright, what's coming up next? Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with.
Nice.
Not a good thing. They're backed up into the corner. Player one holding on, experiencing burnout. How will they utilize this? Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. This is the final round.
Alright, we're even again, let's go.
Fireworks.
All right.
Throw whiffs. Saw that coming. Here comes the corner pressure. Which fighter will control the pick? Anticipated that throw.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do, bro.
It's alright. I think you're burnt out now, though. If
Yeah,
you're not, you
I'm
have a little
cooked.
bit of... Oh, you got a little drive left.
Lee.
Nice. Good response.
This could really tip the scales. Tom suspend the meter on the super.
Oh, that didn't connect.
Absolutely relentless. There's the
Nice.
we wanted. Player one can't let this simmer. It got his burns out. A lot of pressure building up. Who's gonna take it? Are you
Okay.
Nice. Sick.
player two?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go. Game 3.
During that well-earned win. Shows the medium kick. Breaks the block with a
Good
throw.
grab.
Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player two will be in a world of hurt when their drive gauge runs out.
Nice.
If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Player two
Nice.
is a good corner opportunity.
Cook.
Taking stock. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun is there. No more drive gauge. Sticks the combo.
Oh no.
Grabs him. You gotta be mindful of reaching jump-ins at this range. Player 2 has depleted their drive kit. They kept the
Let's go.
Okay.
Nice.
skies and hit Kate
I choked. I
That's
shot my
okay.
block screen.
the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
Why didn't I jab?
What's next? Medium kick. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Both fighters having a full super arm gauge means positioning is critical.
Good meaty.
So I didn't confirm that.
Doesn't miss a beat. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2
No way.
holding on to that corner advantage. They get the
Oh
There
my
we go. There's
god.
the anti-air.
corner pressure and not giving them any breathing room. Player 2 brings it home.
I feel like I enter better when I'm burn out and I have no other option.
The attack is parried.
I didn't get perfect parry dang.
Throws him down. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Knockdown.
Good side swap.
Now the fun begins. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Alright, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent.
Ah, that's supposed to be OD to get the side stage.
Both fighters are at about even life. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Slips the ground. Locks him with a target. The attack is parried. Corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Grabs and throws him away. Quick breather. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Blocking that drive impact is perfect KO.
Beautiful swap.
Full control there.
Yes, sir.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. Smart play with the throw. That's just started. It's anyone game. They're back into the corner now. Ooh, you never know what can happen here.
Choke.
Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. Oh, burnout. Do they mean to do that?
Whew. My god.
Nice,
What do I
there we
do? God damn.
Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. Another rematch. These two are really getting it. Grabs and throws him away. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Denies the attack and... Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Trips them up. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Neither of them winning it back often. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive.
Nice.
Solid combo. Low misses. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive games, but they still have enough life left to take care. Oh!
Nice.
Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Throws them to negate the block. Gets the parry and adds some pressure. Can't take the throw. Knockdown. Holds out with the block. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Barely blocks the jump in. Grabs and throws him away.
Oh,
One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Charges forward. He connects with the throw. Connects with medium kick.
oh.
The throw missed. Kicks out a kick. Parry to add to the impact.
Nice. Perfect.
Actually, I don't think so.
They continue to battle it out in the middle of burnout, but they may have a plan here. And they create an opportunity to knock them out of the air. Looking for a hold. Overhead, but it won't work.
Didn't confirm. Didn't confirm.
More throw.
Nice. There we go.
Oh my god. I was buffering too, but for some reason I didn't confirm that.
That's okay.
Back into the rematch. We ain't even close to touching. Strings it. They were
Nice.
ready to be unguarded. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Now getting pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very
No.
difficult to escape. Knockdown. Neither of them looking to back off. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next?
Oh,
Light
nice.
there, but still anyone's game. Knockdown and raises with power away. Recovers from burnout. Blocks the impact. Looking for a chance.
Oh, grab too early.
Experiencing
You him?
loses again for super arm.
Okay. Oh,
There
thank
we
God.
go.
Play coins that combo to do enough damage to finish the round.
I was greedy, but
Player two.
it
I mean,
worked
it
out.
works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Huge wave of momentum.
That's, I don't know why this crouching heavy punch is supposed to be back medium punch.
Player one leads
Nice.
to the front of the corner.
God damn. Beefy combo.
Yeah, Terry's fun with the corner combos. I'm still trying to get the hang
Yes,
of
sir.
some of them. So,
Gotcha.
Do the job. You've got to be mindful of reaching jump into this range. Spin knuckle.
Nice.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Shows immediate
Oh, Lord.
carries them all the way to the corner in one go. Dashes up, connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. Jump cannon spike. Player one is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Oh, burnout.
I did this
I don't know if
one
this kills.
early, so it can go. It won't kill. I did it early, so I can get the burnout before your
Yeah.
drag is recover.
So close.
Oh! Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
Down to the final hit.
damn, Buster Wolf didn't go off. Nice.
Buster Wolf. Thank you, thank you.
All right, let's do a couple more. I need to see a couple more things.
Okay, okay, okay.
How did they read that throw? Gets the combo. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Reads their mind and texts the throws. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Taken on both sides without a drive gauge. How will they overcome this? One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble? Recovers from burnout. Sees it coming, blocks it out. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach?
Yeah.
Strings it all together. Heading into the end game now. Brings out the super art.
Beautiful.
How's this gonna work out? They saw that. They took it. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. It's a big
Oh, no. Misinput.
Oh,
raw super. That combo did decent damage. Player two holding on to that corner advantage. They're backed up into the corner. Medium kick.
Nice.
Drive gauge is looking bad. What do they do now? Their spacing is so on point, delivers the same.
So fast.
Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Connects with medium kick. Spin knuckle. Oh, burnout trigger. Player
Oh!
off for Buster Wolf. Is this a game changer? A big one.
there we go.
Okay.
All right, let's do two more.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Medium kick hit. Sticks the combo. Player two chases them down. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Alright. Forward throw. Not letting them out of the corner.
Ah, I walk back.
Is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Combo with the target combo.
What? Oh, Lord.
Dead, but some clutch drive moves and a
Nice.
My God. Buff Cammy, please. That didn't kill.
Buff Cammy, please. Says literally nobody in this game, bro.
Oh man.
Damage on that counter hit. Pokes with a medium kick. Gets a crucial
Oh, that's punish. Okay.
Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Okay, they trade hits. Jump. Both fighters planning something. Player 2
Nice.
holding on to that corner advantage. Uses the game for a super on.
I thought the Ender was already DP for Terry in that combo.
Oh, it's this one now is optimal. They just
Okay.
changed that with the recent patch.
Gotcha.
What'll happen here?
Nice.
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
One knuckle. Damn, that didn't hit.
Here comes the fuses their drive game. Oh man, this is a scary range. Player 2 has the absolutely relentless. How will win? Great job escaping that corner pressure. Putting the cherry on top. What's next? Pokes with the kick. Top of the noticeable 1A parry. The throw is denied.
Oh, that's plus.
Connects with the throw. What now? Looking for a hole. There's a burner. Closes it out.
All right, I got my
Okay.
evidence.
That was a fight
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
around the world. Yo, pop that.
So we'll go over a few things. So we're gonna hop into a training tool.
Training, okay.
So go to training. All right. So that's why I did want to do the first five first before we went over anything, because the VOD Cammy I watched and then that Cammy were two totally different players. So
Really? It's so different? Oh,
wildly
man.
different. You
Okay, okay.
Your whiffs against the Ryu were like non-existent. Your anti-airs pretty much sucked. Not gonna lie, but that like, versus me, you were playing very well.
Okay.
The only things I noticed that I was trying to fish for was I was hanging about this range, and
Yeah.
pretty often I was pressing my mediums, or like I would whiff a crouch medium kick. I think I
Yeah.
only saw you whiff catch maybe like
Yeah, only like
6
two
or-
times.
yeah, maybe even like 6 or 7 in all those like 8 rounds we played, or 8 sets.
Yeah.
So, a good thing to do is start getting used to your spacings, and instead of
Mhm.
like just backing up and like you were approaching me, so I see you were trying to take space as like I was walking back, you were approaching, but you weren't staying in like optimal range of like just right outside like right outside button. So if someone presses,
Gotcha.
you can just instantly do it. So, let me ask you, what do you think is Cammy's optimal whip punishing button, and why?
Whip punish button, I'm pretty sure her crouching medium punch, right? This one is fastest and it's have the low recovery. Even though I know it got nerfed pretty crazy.
Yeah.
This one and probably this one right here,
Mhm.
because you can get a pretty it move her forward. So around like this range, I would say, right here.
Let me turn on your input history in the frame meter.
Oh yeah, let me turn that on too.
There we
Actually.
go. Okay. All right, I've set it to you
frame
so I
meter.
can observe here. So,
Okay.
all right, so you were doing. Press those 2 buttons again.
This one and this one.
Okay, and to follow up, why? Why are they optimal?
For me, mainly for this one, it's because you can go into the heavy drill. It's the
Mhm.
fastest, and you can get the best OK output for Cammy, either mid screen, full screen, corner, whatever. Same thing with this one, because mainly this one is easier to confirm. I didn't really use this one this much. It's hard for me to whip punish a medium with this button.
Or are you
And
familiar with
probably-
frame data?
A little bit, but not too much. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So, I'm gonna block. Go ahead and use those 2 buttons on me. Okay. All right. So your heavy punch on block,
Yeah.
it leaves you -3. Your medium
it
punch
pushed me
leaves you
forward.
-2, right? Yeah, and it pushes you
Yeah.
forward, right? So
Yeah.
being in someone's face and being -3 isn't ideal, but it's definitely fine because like Terry's, for instance, Terry's is -4. You get literally a free
Right.
jab afterwards, like if it's not spaced perfectly. But Cammy's, you get that
Yes.
walk forward. So do it again. Do the heavy punch.
Yeah. Heavy punch, yeah.
Yeah. See, like there's some spacing there. So like press. See, I can't even jab you.
Gotcha.
So it's a really good spacing trap that I think you need to take more advantage of whenever you're trying to approach opponents. So there's a couple
Okay.
things I did want to go over that I didn't really see you do. It seems like your two most uncomfortable situations right now, which it's understandable. It's like neutral, like about right here, like where we're both out of
Mhm.
each other's like ranges.
Yeah.
There's the first one. Second one was corner. Like you didn't seem very comfortable keeping me in the corner. Like the only way that you managed to keep me there was because I
Which
kept
one you
trying
burn
to anti-air
out?
test you, and yeah, I kept trying to
Yeah.
jump in and testing your anti-airs because, oh my god, in the VODs I was like, oh no, anti-air, anti-air, and you weren't doing it. But in our matches, you were, I was gonna do a whole anti-air course, and then I watched our gameplay. That's why I was like, yeah, first to five's a good idea first.
Gotcha.
So you seem to be a little more uncomfortable if I just like started walking towards you in the corner, just like with me. I kind of flipped the script, and I was trying to like mimic it to see what you would do in response to me doing it. And you tend to do the same thing. You were like, you were trying to close me in, right? But
Yeah.
you got to get those spacing traps down. So like Terry's obvious spacing trap is whenever I drive rush heavy punch, I can either do two things where, I'm very plus, I'm +5, right?
Very close. Yeah.
So I can either go into another heavy punch immediately, or I can do a very small micro walk and then a grab, right?
Grab. Okay. Gotcha.
So you got to get your spacing traps in, and Cammy's heavy punch is a total bitch because it's like spaced so well that you pretty much catch anyone who's just trying to whiff.
Gotcha. I do
So-
know one of her spacing trap that I like to use in regular rank match is like this one into a heavy kick.
Right, yeah.
This one into a heavy kick. But heavy kick, I don't get anything out of it, so that's why I don't really use it that much. But I just like it for poking, and then it took away the dry gauge a lot.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I like it so much.
No, that's really good. I mean, I'm just blessed because Terry buffs that that's my heavy punch and is pretty much all of that, right? So the only reason
Yes,
I
sir.
use my mediums anymore is to go into combos, and heavy punch is obviously just to either take meter or do a mix up.
Yeah.
So last thing I want to go over before we start just doing complete review here.
Yeah.
Do you know any safe jumps on Cammy? And if so, what are they?
I don't think she had. I'm pretty sure she does, but it's like a pretty weird combo, so I don't know. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Cammy, safe jump. What's up, 6? I know it's 42 frame. That's all I know.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's look like it is it's a medium,
Yep.
41 frame. So is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, 41 frame.
So
Okay.
the advantages of those is that do you know what it creates? And it's
Yeah.
it's
So
the,
you can bait DP.
yeah. So it's this thing that you really need to focus on Cammy because that's like her entire toolkit. It's the straight
Okay.
probe mix up. So Cammy's entire you were doing it a lot. You were doing some beautiful shimmies. So like Cammy's entire gameplay revolves around like what am I gonna do next? Like your goal is to get right in my face and make me confused on whether you're gonna grab me, whether you're gonna do some light strings, or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
That is the gameplay of Cammy. It's very simple, right? So you need to start using your safe jump a little bit more, so that way it creates a little more confusion, and then it leaves like no room for error. Because if I block all your block strings, like that gives me a lot of opening to be able to like see. I can't press anything,
Okay.
but
Gotcha.
it gives me a lot of opening to just start like fucking with you and then throw you in the corner, and that is like your number one thing to avoid. I noticed that in your VOD with your buddies, is that
Yeah. Okay.
you do a little bit, but damage sometimes. I mean, it's something I struggle with too. Like, hang on, I can't reset the distance. But damage is something I struggle with too. Like at least mid screen, like right here. Like I
Yeah.
still struggle, like accepting that Terry's best thing to do is literally just do something like this and then push you in the
To get the
corner.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead, I always want to go for the full damage, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to make that decision on the fly and explain why to yourself. Like, why am I doing this? Like, that is something
Right.
you should start doing at this level. Is like, why am I doing what I'm doing? And either A, is it working, or B, why is it not working? That's all. I don't know if you're one of the
Gotcha.
players, but it's very important to finish your sets out, at least in a rank, to play to 2 or 3. Just because, one, it's great experience. 2, you should be studying your opponent. Game 1, I never expect to
Mhm.
win game 1. So
Okay, that's a data round.
yeah,
right?
it's data round. Exactly.
Okay.
So you get it. So the big thing you got to do is get the data round, and then immediately game 2 start switching up your game plan. So like,
Okay.
game one, push their buttons, see what you can get away with, see what you can. But
Okay.
in terms of neutral, I don't think your neutral's bad. I just think you could take use of some of your spacing traps a little bit more.
Gotcha.
And your whiffs were pretty solid. I think that's just going to take some time and some practice, which I think sticking with Cammy and only Cammy is going to be a significant help with.
Yeah, I have big trouble with punishing with Rashid. big trouble with that
Yeah,
character.
Rashid is Rashid is not an alt character. Rashid is I have only ever played Rashid since his release character.
Yeah.
So Cammy is definitely the easiest out of the ones you mentioned. Like you mentioned JP, Rashid, and Cammy. I was like, okay, well JP is hard as hell, at least to get like his optimals down.
Yeah.
And then
his
Rashid's
optimal
the
weird.
same way. Rashid's stuff, a lot of it's fake as hell. And the other half of Rashid is he's super hard. So you
Yeah.
have to like that's who I was talking to before we started. Is I have a buddy I play tournaments with who's a 1900 Rashid main, and even even he refuses to play Rashid and have an alt character. He's like, no, I'm only Rashid.
Have to commit. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my buddies that I play with in tournaments and stuff are 1900, 2000s, legend rank. So
Okay.
I get some
gotcha.
pretty good experience. So I'm still getting used to Terry. Terry's only about a month in, work in progress, but you know what? It's fine. I'm
Gotcha.
having
Yeah.
fun with it. So that's my other question to you: is are you having fun with Cammy? Like, do you actually enjoy Cammy, or are you playing her just because it gets results?
I really enjoy Camry. Like I like Rashid more because the bullshit he can do, but
Oh, yeah.
overall, like how the game, like the ground game, the neutral, it's definitely better to feel with Cammy. Same thing with the dive kick as well. And her anti-air, I feel like her anti is better. And main thing is the crouching medium punch.
Yeah,
I love this button so much, my god, and this button as well.
yeah, that button's also stupid good. So
Yeah.
what I want you to do from now on when you play your games is I want you to focus on
Yeah.
two things. I
Two
want
things, okay.
you to annoy the crap out of your opponent, and then have your mind be two things. Okay, you're gonna look for the jump, right?
Mhm.
Or you're gonna look for
Yeah.
spacing traps, and you're gonna just
Facing trap and jump.
your
okay.
goal as Cammy is to dominate the ground game to make them want to jump, and then you do the OD cannon spike or cannon strike. Sorry, I forget the strike's the
OD.
yeah. If you do OD cannon strike, like
Uh-huh.
if you do the air punish, I'm sorry, reverse that. There are combos that you can do as Cammy.
This one?
Yeah, and you can
Okay,
further
okay,
that
okay.
one. So I want you
Okay,
to
okay,
get that
gotcha.
one down. DP is great on the fly, but what I want you to start
Mhm.
doing is I want you to start punishing the anti-airs. And the way to ban anti-airs is Cammy is say you're against a Terry, and I'm sitting here doing fireballs, and yeah, you did the good thing. You did your your spin knuckle, which is what you're supposed to do. But I want you to dominate them so hard and get them cornered and make them feel like they have to jump in on you. And then that's when
Okay.
you really start to pop off. It's like the Akuma strat. You basically
Okay,
win
gotcha.
ground so hard, and then you basically you finish it up and you wipe them out with your air combos, right? So
Yeah. Okay.
let me write these down real quick. So I've got a little sticky note from the pod, so I'm just gonna copy paste this to you when we're finished. So
Okay. Gotcha.
let me see here a little bit. So let's see here. Sorry, brain processing.
Oh, yeah, no, you good. You good.
Okay. All right, I've got a few of these. So
Okay, let's
overall,
see.
though, I think your neutral's pretty impressive, honestly. For you said you're what right now, 1500?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when the MRE said I hasn't touched it yet because I realized in last season I'm just like, man, I played like 200 rank game. I'm just about 1500. Let me take a break and then practice with my friend real quick, see what's going on. Like, why am I stuck in this rank? Man, damn.
So I don't know if I'm a big grinder myself, coming from other kind of games. So the way I want you to, that's another thing we can work on, is another way I want you to treat ranked is I don't want you to just spam ranked. I think the best way to practice in this game is actually Battle Hub. Battle Hub
Wow.
Hub has some of the sweatiest people imaginable.
I remember one doing that. He was insulting me before playing the game. It was so funny.
So yeah.
Oh my god.
I would ignore chat. I ignore chat completely. However, there are some really good players in Battle Hub. So
Mm.
ultimately, what I like to do is I'll sit in Battle Hub for an hour for like 15 minutes of ranked play, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna write this down in our notes, and I'm not gonna take the time out right now because it'll take a minute to type up. But what I want you to start doing is before you go into ranked mode, I want you to spend an hour per 15 minutes of ranked gaming, either in practice tool against a dummy, which I will give you the instructions on how to set up the dummy. Are you very familiar with practice tool?
Yeah, if you want, I can show you like how I set up my dummy and stuff for like training.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let me
okay.
get us out of here, and then if you can share your screen.
Yep, I got you. Let me go on this room, solo training. Okay, let me know when you can see it.
I'm good. I can see it.
Okay, so these are the. I'm not sure which one did I do. Let's see if this is correct. Okay, so this is how I practice with my dummy right here.
Yeah.
And then trying to see if I can whip on a crouching medium kick or like crouching medium punch, which is really hard button. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like and sometimes I'll add in like a fireball to practice dealing with fireball drive rush as well, if needed. Yeah, like that. That's just hard. My God. Yeah, I got cooked.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay.
I keep using the heavy though. If that's okay for anti-air, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
always use the heavy.
I mean, if it depends on what you're accurate with and your spacing. Like, it's something you really have to get used to. Like, Terry is so egregious about it. Like, Terry's DP is so deceiving on how it hits. So that's one thing I've noticed is I'm like, okay, like my heavy's gonna, my heavy DP will hit here, and then every time I use it, it looks like the animation gets curved around the player.
Oh no.
So because it's so wide, but the actual hitbox is so small. It's
Oh,
so depressing.
dang.
So the light is always the most reliable and the least punishing. So
Okay, gotcha.
I think you were getting a lot better at anti-airs whenever you were prepared for them, because I was really good
Yeah,
during our
yeah.
games about creating the same habits. Like, I just looped the same shit over and over again against you. And
Yeah.
basically you should be doing that. So like, I respect the dummy here just walking back and forth and doing random shit. Like, that's great.
Okay.
I think you could add a little bit more deviation in there and maybe some less like turtle spam walking, like a little less back and forth
So less of
on the
these.
cam.
Okay.
So, I mean, a lot of people walk back and forth, but not a lot of people really understand why they're doing it. Like, they just kind of do it, you know? So,
Gotcha. Let me slow it down. Boom.
so yeah, I think what you should do, and we can go
Yeah.
into this more like after we're done with the games, but I think you should
Okay.
have Ken set to something I noticed, which you don't really parry fireballs. You should have Ken set to parry, or you should parry Ken whenever he fireballs, and then sometimes have him mix in a fireball drive rush throw or a drive rush strike throw mix, because that is what really a lot of Shoto players are doing. And I mean, even Aki, that's her main thing, is fireball drive rush. Like, you'll hear that shit more on, but it is so annoying to deal with. And if you can get that, ingrained in your brain on how to deal with it, it's gonna tremendously help your game plan.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I'll give you some more dummy instructions whenever we're done here, so that way you have something to practice on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so we've got some notes here. So what I've gotten written down so far, got those. We're gonna go into. All right. There's one thing with your punish combos I did not like, and do you know what I'm about to say?
Okay.
Okay.
I was holding up.
Pause. All right, go back. So go back to like the round start.
Okay.
Can I ask why you're? Okay, stop. Okay, so he whiffed like 2 immediate buttons, and you're kind of just walking back and forth. I don't see any attempt to really push there. I mean, that's kind of the thing I was talking about, is that you do have good whiffs, but there's a lot of moments like with my terrier, and I was talking to you about it, where I'm just purposely pressing buttons to see what you do, and you're kind of just standing there like like deer in the headlights kind of thing. So this will be easily improved just by hitting the practice dummy. But yeah, keep playing. So
Okay.
just know you got to start whiff punishing that. That's like a free full damage combo. Do you need something? Oh, it's done. Alright, no counter DI there.
I tried it. I thought he would charge it.
Alright, so back up. Alright, pause. Back up a little more. Alright. So after this, slow it down a little bit. So put it to like 0.5 speed.
How do I do that?
It should be. Are you using leverless?
Yeah. On my keyboard, yeah.
Shit. Oh, you play on keyboard. That's nice.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the button is on keyboard, but there's a way to
Is it this
slow. Yeah, there. Well, that's frame by frame, but this is fine. Do frame by frame.
Okay.
All right, so go forward. All right, so you whiffed cannon strike. He whiffed a crouch medium kick. He whiffed another button. You whiffed a button. So do you see what the problem is right here with this scenario?
Yeah, I don't know the range of it because I
It's-
thought he would charge it. Like that's why I was trying to walk back a little bit.
Well, it's also your spacing. So Zangief's hitbox is a little deceiving. They fixed it a little bit, but sometimes it is pretty scary to be close to Zangief. Yeah, for sure. But even versus Zangief, a big part of why we need to learn these spacings is things like that. So
Gotcha.
you're pretty negative here. I think you're at least like negative. Should be at least negative, somewhere between -4 and -6 from there.
For my dive kick.
Oh, you did.
It's
hit.
a
See,
plus three,
yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. His hitbox is massively deceiving. So like even
Okay.
I thought that was minus. Now that's technically his toes. So yeah, there you go. Then you got the +7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but back against the corner there. If you back up the scene, like if you do a previous scene.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah, press Z. Yeah. So like this spacing right here, we got to improve on that a little bit. That I
Okay.
think that's a good reason as to your neutral complaints. I think
Okay.
it's just you gotta stick with Cammy and you gotta learn those spacings and get those down. So that'll be part of the W practice. But yeah, keep hit play. Continue. Okay, so we got a little combo in there. Good little counter hit. Meterless. I like it. Okay. Did we attempt the anti-air there? Is that what that was?
I pressed a heavy kick, trying to poke him out.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's fine. That happens. Anti-airs are a bitch sometimes. Okay. Okay. All right, back up. Back up. Like when you hit the dive kick. That's fine. You
Okay.
can play. 'Cause I think that was a punish. Yeah.
I could give
So-
a heavy punch.
So yeah, you could have kept your meter here, and you could have just completely unloaded with a meterless combo here. But you did
Yeah, I
drive
probably
rush.
could do something heavy.
You drive rush, which is fine, but the meterless actually do more damage. I don't know if you're familiar with scaling in this game.
Yeah, like with the heavy.
Yeah. Well, with drive rush, so hit pause real quick.
Yeah.
So.
So let's say that
yeah,
with the
combos in this game, you can pause it wherever.
Okay.
So combos in this game do way less damage when they're run off of drive rush. So
Boom, boom.
that's an example of one, yes. But do the drive rush combo, or like let it. Okay, so remember that. Now do your drive rush combo. So that did like 10% more damage, and put you
Yeah.
around. I think what was that, 2.5, 3 bars at the end of it.
2 bar, yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah, so that's a pretty scary situation to be against Zangief.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons we got to get those punish combos down, is so we can start. Yeah,
Okay.
so we can start saving meter here, because you can definitely be using that meter for some good shit. So go back to the regular. Go back to the VOD. Let it play out.
Okay.
Yeah,
God damn.
that's a Zangief moment. So
Golly.
yeah, that goes with my walking back and forth sentiment. Is that it's not always the best thing to do.
Gotcha.
If you're doing it, at least do it with a purpose to bait a move out, and then with punish. You know.
Gotcha.
So here we go. We got to drive
Drop
combo,
combo.
again, but now you're at 1 bar, which is pretty scary. He should have just air grabbed you there. I'm surprised you didn't, or you didn't air grab him in the 1. All right, this is kind of scary. Let's go drive rush.
Again,
Sorry.
stay with the group. Yeah.
Nice.
I choked there.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I could just kill with level 1, but I choke.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh man.
All right, let's watch game 2.
I was nervous, man. Zangief in front of my face.
Yeah. So it's not a fun place to be. That's for pretty damn sure.
Golly. Green Geef.
Okay, so. Entire.
Didn't have to burn out there, because I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, punish him.
Or I did burn out, but waste my
Rush.
bar.
Okay, that's a good DP. Good bait DP. Okay. Could have grabbed there. That would have done a ton of damage and a lot of meter. Punish counter. Get reversal. So
I'm
yeah,
so scared to
I
hit
think
that.
if you had grabbed him there in the corner instead of light punching, I think that actually would have killed.
Oh, the command grab?
Because-
Yeah, I didn't react it in time.
Yeah. Well, not even his command grab. Like you had him in the corner, and he just held parry, and you walked forward and light punched him. I think if you would have just grabbed him.
I think I know which one we're talking about. Let's see here.
So like the main things I'm seeing against Geef is
Yeah, this
right
one.
there, right there. Yeah. It's like you
I
got
could
the-
command
you got
grab
the
him
dagger,
there, yeah.
and you baited
Yeah.
out his DP, and you light punched him. Like you had the perfect setup to bait the parry, and then you didn't take advantage of it. And I think, yeah, now you're burning out, and now he's gonna win. So, off that jump.
Golly.
So, that's okay. It's part of practice.
That was 40 seconds. Fuck. I messed up the dash. Didn't mean to dash.
Random parry.
Yeah, I didn't mean to dash. I was just walk up, jab, and then dry rush, but
Dry brush to a punish counter again.
boom, boom, boom.
Punish counter.
boom,
Okay, we did a
boom.
meterless. I like it. I
Yes,
really
sir,
like
yes,
it.
sir.
There we go. Right.
That fucking
He's doing Zangief things.
again. So I keep trying to Pokemon. He jump at the correct time, and I just cook.
No counter yet. No counter. No anti-air.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm mashing. I tried.
Alright, you got to level 3 here. You level 3? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have to.
I say if you don't, you're fucking dead.
Golly.
Nice. Alright, well now you have
Just
a
get
meter
a-
disadvantage, so you gotta play safe
Yeah.
this round. Let's see what you do.
I'm getting abused this round, pretty sure.
No anti-air. Good throw attack.
Fuck. Yeah, I thought I'd get a combo here. Because it's a punish counter for some reason. I didn't
Yeah,
get a combo.
you were late on the follow-up.
Fuck.
Yeah, you were a couple frames behind on the follow-up. That would have hit. Alright?
How did that didn't hit there? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, his downward hitbox whenever he misses grab.
Oh, great. Fuck.
Alright.
He didn't fall for anything. He just get his dry gaze back from teching the throw. Fuck.
No anti-air.
Abuse, bro.
Right, getting in the corner. I hope you're gonna lead to a DI here. Oh, he level 3s. He knew it was fake.
Yeah.
He knew it was fake.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
that's the
have mercy.
dangers of doing that, especially against Geef. Yeah, that fake stuff only gets you so far. People start realizing it pretty soon. No anti-air.
What did I do here? I try to check it. I try to check it.
Yeah. Okay, so the weird thing is, my notes from your VODs are accurate in your ranked gameplay, but they weren't accurate against me, which I think is weird. That's what I'm saying. You play a little bit different depending on who you're fighting, right? So,
Yeah.
I think the main reasons you really lost that game, like if I had to name one reason, it was your anti-airs. Like he got
Anti-air, yeah.
so much off on you because you didn't anti-air.
I got really impatient with his headbutt too. I'm holding up every time he headbutt my ass.
Yeah, that's the tragic thing about that is when it comes to those situations, like you gotta play patient. Like against Geef and against Guile, you gotta play the game. Unfortunately, like you have to play their game. It sucks, but
Oh Lord.
yeah, it's
Fuck me.
play style. So yeah, I think
I mean,
I'll
other
keep.
game I play fine though, like the Elena game and the Terry game I play fine.
Yeah,
I beat them pretty comfortably.
Show me the Elena game.
This one, that's just the first one. It's just sometimes she do weird thing. I don't know what she doing, like the overhead thing.
Yeah, I'll watch one. Yeah, I'll watch one of the Elena games. I think I've got what I need.
Just the one I win, and then afterwards she's just doing the spinning into throw, spinning into overhead, and like what am I supposed to do?
Okay, there you go.
I'm trying to figure out like what's her button, like what's the range of it.
Yeah.
That's the confusing part. Like, what am I doing? I didn't have to drive rush there, but
Yeah.
accident back heavy kick.
Yeah.
Supposed to be heavy kick.
Nice, good finish.
Is there?
I think this Elena just got into master, if I had to guess.
That was an anti-air, but I did the heavy, so it came out late.
Yeah. That's the problem with the heavy anti-airs. You gotta do that shit early.
Okay.
I don't know why she keeps doing that. That's weird. Weird gameplay, for sure.
All right. It's like I'm trying to figure out a character.
Yeah.
And then overhead, just like not sure what to do.
Yeah, at this point,
I
it's
thought
more,
it was
of a, it's more of a
punishable.
knowledge check than actual like gameplay bot. Okay, there we go. That's. Oh. That killed. That kills.
Hey. Yeah, I'm
Huh.
pretty sure I kill here.
Neat. That's a weird combo, but it works.
Yep.
Alright, well, I think I've got what I need as far as definitive ways to help, because for sure, I got a few things here. So,
Okay.
I'm going to send you this notepad document of everything I just wrote up from everything we watched, and then I have the VOD. I'm posting it to like my YouTube channel. I'm going to make it private, so it's for us to
Okay.
watch. I think the main things you need to do is
Yeah.
here. I'll go into Training Tool and stream it. So there's 3 quick fix things, if you can call them those, and I think your gameplay is going to see a huge rise. But that doesn't mean it's the only thing you have to do. But just mix this in
Okay.
with the other practice stuff. But these are probably the most important ones. So
Okay.
I think your number 1 thing is anti-air, for sure.
Okay.
So I don't think I need to explain that. I think you kind of realize it. Against me, I jumped in
Yeah,
a lot to like kind of see if you do it more. And you did it a lot against me, but in your games you don't seem to be doing it that consistently. So definitely fix your anti-airs. The second thing I'd fix is this. This is getting you so killed because you're so focused on trying to whiff that you're not paying attention to anti-airs. I think this here is the downfall of your gameplay. Like if you're gonna, like here's the thing. If you get some space, just do this. You know? You're Cammy.
Okay.
You are scarier than anyone else in their face, other than like Kimberly or like any of the other speed characters. So when you get in their face, just sit here. Wait for them to react, then you react with your buttons that are usually, you know, really strong, like the heavy punch we talked about, right?
Yeah.
So do a little less of your like mid shimmying. I think this is probably your biggest weakness right now. It's preventing you from really focusing on like anti-airing or anything else right now.
Yeah.
So I think anti-airing, and then obviously the little shimmying thing you're doing, and then just taking space. Like once you get the space, and you have them in the corner, just like keep to your heavy punch distance and keep that frame trap going. Like just sit here, wait for him to whiff, and then do your heavy punch, catch the whiff, and then get your big combos off because you know you're Cammy. Why not?
Yep.
And then just back up, rinse and repeat, and then mix in some throw loops. You were really good with me in the corner. Like you were definitely throw looping me, and you even mixed me up with the DI at one point. So pretty neat. Yeah, you need to keep doing that. I didn't see that in your ranked games. When you got them in the corner, you almost seemed scared. So just I know it was Geef. It was Geef, so of course, but yeah, don't be scared. Like unless it's Geef level 3, and the big thing to do to beat Geef level 3 is this. Like literally on knockdown, dash in their face and immediately jump. And then just get your big Cammy combos off, right? Either that or do your dive kick. Dive kick is so underrated, and you seem to have the spacing down really well. So I think we just start implementing just a little couple tweaks, and I think you got it, honestly.
Okay,
gotcha. Your gameplay is very good, but your gameplay versus me was vastly different from what I saw in the VODs versus what I just saw in ranked as well. So, so top 3 things: stop doing your little mid-screen shimmy. Focus on anti-airs.
Okay.
And yeah, don't be doing that unless you're trying to bait something. Which, so I'd say about this range here, like if you walk forward and then like back like this is okay. Don't be doing like this, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
So the point of this is to bait an opponent to push a button, right? So if you do this, make sure it's at the distance of your button, right? Like pixel perfect, like right where they would move, you can hit them back.
Okay.
So if you want to practice it, just kind of walk back and forth the dummy. If you hit them, you're too close. You want to be like pixel perfect, like right there, like right out of frame.
Okay.
And then other than that, it's just general neutral gameplay. So not drive rushing on your punish counters because you're burning yourself out. And then other than that, you're doing very well. So that's pretty much all the notes I have for you. I think that's plenty of enough things to practice over the course of a month. It's really consistency, right? So just being consistent in your gameplay, and the best ways to do that is by Battle Hub and Practice Tool in very low stakes settings. So when you get into ranked, you can pull these things off and not be like, oh, why didn't that hit? Like you don't ask that during a ranked game. You ask that during a practice session, right? So just practice it, and then when you get into ranked. Another thing I want you to start doing is VODing your gameplay afterwards. Like being like, okay, what could I have done differently? Or I could have killed here. And using replay takeover and realizing how you could have killed, right?
Yeah, okay.
So,
gotcha.
I think those are great. I think those are fantastic starts. I think you're doing amazing. I mean, I think you just make these minor tweaks and you're easy coasting from here on out. I think there's some more complicated Cammy tech we could get into later, but right now it just seems like your basic system mechanics are what you need to fix. And then you're pretty much golden. So anti-airs, counter DI, just learning general spacing of your buttons, which comes with time and practice, and basically only playing Cammy for the next month is what I'm asking you to do. And then I want you to come back to me in a month and we'll do a custom. And I expect you to beat my ass, okay? So
okay, damn.
that's what I'm expecting. So I don't know how often you play Street Fighter, but
I only play it like 3 times a week, so I would say.
Oh yeah, well. That's a good amount of practice, and I mean,
good amount. Okay. And usually I only play 2 hours because after 2 hours, I feel like the game become like oh fuck man, I'm overloaded with information. I gotta chill out.
Yeah, don't be doing that. Don't be going to autopilot mode. That crap sucks. Believe me. So let me send you our notes from today.
Okay, gotcha.
So give me a second here. My mouse sucks because I played World of Warcraft and I broke my scroll wheel. So I'm
OG game.
Let me copy paste all this stuff to you here.
I'm down 30 LP, man. Fuck. I'm in MR.
Hey, don't worry about MR. You're gonna get it back.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Don't be tweaking about your rank. You're gonna get it back. You're fine. So, just I know that's a book. So just that's why I'm telling you now. Like the main things to fix if you're wanting some immediate satisfaction are your
Hmm.
mid-screen shimmies, your
Gotcha.
anti-airs, and then learning and just going in a practice tool with that dummy setup that I typed down, and just
Okay.
not using drive rush on punish, and
Okay.
counter. So you can do it, but if it kills or if you're like overloaded on meter, like if you're not at 5 bars, I don't want to see it. You know.
Okay. Gotcha.
But is there any other questions you had for me? I think that's going to get you easily coasting to 1700 within a month or two, and then a good amount of
Uh,
practice. So
I guess should I like lower my usage of the standing heavy kick? 'Cause that's from the problem why I'm getting jumped on so much.
I would disagree. I think the main thing is you're worrying about whiffing too much. I think that just
Okay.
comes with practice and familiarity with your character and your spacing. So I think these will all naturally iron themselves out as you play more Cammy and only Cammy and just do less mid screen, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha.
just focus on what they're doing. Because once you get your spacing and everything down, you don't need to mentally stack anti-airs and you don't need to mentally stack your distance, right? It'll just come naturally the more you practice it, right? So once you
Okay.
get those mental stacks removed, that frees up a ton of room for you to actually just not even look at your character. Just look at like the Marissa and just, keep track of what they're doing the entire time and not what you're doing. If that makes any
Okay.
sense. Does that make sense?
I gotcha. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. I gotcha.
So yeah, I think that's what you need to focus on right now. I think that's going to significantly improve your gameplay. And then once you feel comfortable doing these things and you notice yourself doing them in game, and you're going back, give yourself a pat on the back, be like, all right, I got this down. What next? That's when you should start going down the list and then start improving the other things just subtly, slowly at a time. You know,
Okay.
like
So
your
I shouldn't go at the whole list, the whole at once. Okay.
no, 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 do not do that. You will. The mental stack you were saying and being burnt out of the game is like a huge issue. Like you got to take, basically how I approach training is you tackle one issue at a time. So like if you notice you suck at two things, just fix one first and get it down, and then move on to the next one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
um, I think that'll be your best strategy in your game plan here. But
Awesome. Thank
any
you
other,
so much, Gora. I appreciate it. I think that's all the question really. I don't think I have any other stuff. I think the rest is just like knowledge check about Elena, it's geek bullshit, I guess.
oh yeah, there's going to be some knowledge checky stuff, which honestly, that I hate to sound like a broken record, but that comes with playing one consistent character. Is you're like, okay,
Yeah.
because a lot of defense is character specific, right? So
Yeah.
I can't give you defense tips if you're playing four characters at once because they all have different tools and different buttons. Like JP's defense is really good, while Cammy's defense is kind of ass, just like M Bison's. But Cammy's offense is so good that you shouldn't even be focusing on defense because you should be focusing on getting in their face, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So your game plan's different per character, which is why I gave you the whole spiel before we did our meeting today. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but yeah, if you have any questions, man, feel free to hit me up anytime. You got my Discord. So if you have any questions, or if you want me to watch some VODs, or even if you want to play some, you want to run a set or two, just hit me up. I mean, I won't play Terry against you. You're better than my Terry, but I'm improving the Terry. But I can whip out the M Bison for you, and we can square up one on
Oh,
one.
embassy. Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Not
that's the
embassy.
main. So
That's the main. Okay, gotcha.
I got-
Actually,
that was one of the reasons I told you is I quit M Bison because I was good, but he's boring. So
he's boring. Okay, gotcha.
he's to me he's boring, right? He's consistent
Okay,
but
okay.
boring. So I like Terry. He's got a bunch of options. So yeah,
Awesome.
I think,
Thank you so much again for your time, Coach. I appreciate it.
hey, no problem. Yeah, just feel free to hit me up whenever. And then I mean, you found me on Medify, so if you want to leave me a nice little review on there, it would be appreciated. And I hope the notes
Absolutely.
help. And then yeah, again, any questions. You don't need to go through Medify with me for any questions. Just feel free to hit me up on Discord, dude. So
Yes, sir.
It's been
I
it's
can't
been a
leave a
pleasure.
review now since the session is not started on Metafy, but I think if you reschedule it to the current time to make it finish, and then I can leave a review
Oh.
immediately.
yeah. Yeah, we'll let it run its course, and then you can leave the
Let it
review
run the
later.
course. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I hope that helps. And then yeah, feel free to hit me up on Discord. And again, I have a lot of friends who are like 1900, 2000, and
Sheesh.
we all were gonna go to Evo and stuff. So I mean, none of them play Cammy, but that's why I
Okay.
left at the bottom of the notes. If you really want some like complicated sorry, excuse my English. If you want some complicated Cammy tech, then go
Mhm.
watch any punk VODs and see any combos that, especially with the new patch coming out and already been out for like about 3 weeks now. See what he's
Okay.
doing and see what the difference between his gameplay is and yours, and then kind of analyze like, okay, like yeah, I can start using this combo. But a lot of the pros have like very niche combos for very niche situations, which is why I don't want you to focus on that right now, because you just
Okay.
you need to focus on general gameplay. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I hope that helped. And again, yeah, just hit me up if you have any questions. You got my Discord. So,
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you. You have
Well-
a wonderful rest of your day.
well, hey, you too. It's been an absolute pleasure. So,
Yes, sir. I'll talk
right.
to you later.
well, hey, have a good one.
You too. Peace.
Peace.